A nearly 4-year-long saga in the courtroom is now coming to a close. Former State Trooper David Westmoreland has been sentenced for negligent homicide. And as our Rob LaPearl reports, sentencing involving prison with hard labor was played down to just probation.
It's not like television. If you watch Law and Order, a crime gets committed, somebody gets arrested, and is concluded by the end of the episode an hour later. It doesn't work that way.
After nearly 4 long years in court, David Westmoreland walked out of the Rapides Parish Courthouse a free man. The former state trooper was originally arrested for vehicular homicide, DWI, and hit and run for a crash that led to the death of 48-year-old Donnie Kaye, an Alexandria man who was riding his bicycle with his son down Horseshoe Drive. Due to Westmoreland's employment as a juvenile probation officer for the Rapides Court, all of the court's judges recused themselves from handling the case back in 2022. Flash forward to 2025, he changed his original plea of not guilty to those original charges to guilty, but only for negligent homicide. The hit and run charge was ultimately dropped, and reports stating Westmoreland was nearly double over the legal drinking limit at the time couldn't be used by the prosecution.
It was a very tough case. There were problems with the investigation. The blood evidence the evidence of intoxication was excluded. It's a very unfortunate case from both sides.
After 2 previous delays, the court sentenced Westmoreland to 3 years in a prison to be served at hard labor, but was eventually talked down to just supervised probation.
We wanted a probation sentence with no incarceration time. I felt very strongly that under the facts of this case, Mr. Westmoreland should not have to serve any prison sentence. The law in Louisiana sets forth a number of factors which militate in favor of a suspended sentence with no prison time and simply probation.
But that is an assessment that the Rapides DA did not agree with.
When you run over and kill somebody and you've been drinking, in my mind, it requires a little bit stiffer penalty than was received here. And when you take into account the facts of the case, I think that it's clear that he deserved some prison time.
The state recommended a maximum incarceration sentence, and with all due respect, that recommendation just made no sense. That recommendation was totally ill-founded and just had no application to either the defendant or the facts of this case, in my opinion. I'm not surprised at all that a lot of people are not happy with the sentence. Certainly the family members have very legitimate feelings regarding the loss of Mr. Kaye's life. However, if you look at the sentencing factors, the fact that he's been a law enforcement officer and been a respectable member of society, that weighs in his favor under the law. It doesn't weigh against him.
But for the family of Kaye, Terrell had this to say.
I hope that this brings them some peace.